This is the E28 Omni robot vacuum and mop combo. You're looking at what's probably one of the most interesting robot vacuums I've used up to now. It has this clean, glossy black look, a bit thicker than some other RoboVacs out there, but feels solid and modern. When I first got it, I was honestly a little skeptical about the whole all-in-one station promise. And for sure, the detachable portable deep cleaner part seemed almost too good to be true for everyday users like me. But after a week living with it, putting it through all sorts of challenges from pet hair to coffee spills and muddy footprints, I'm ready to share my quick review, from setup through headaches and the best surprises. So anyone, especially if you're new to robot vacs and mops, can get an idea if this is something you'd want in your home. Unboxing was pretty straightforward. You get the E28 robot, a chunky base station, which handles charging, dustbin self-empty, mop washing, even hot air mop drying, and this smaller portable unit that clips on and off. No extra vacuum bags or cleaning solution were included, just a single pre-installed dust bag. Filling up the water tank was easy. Charging worked like any regular plug-in docked robot. Now, onto the actual cleaning experience. I live with 4 other people and there's a long-haired dog. I'm used to cleaning lots of crumbs, dust, random little objects, and, like anyone with pets, a ridiculous amount of hair. When I let the E28 loose for the first clean, I was genuinely surprised by how much it picked up. For a robot of this size, the suction is seriously powerful, 20,000 PA according to the specs. And while that number sounds technical, what matters is it got both the chunky bits and the really fine dust out of our carpets and off hard floors. The most impressive part for me was the duo spiral detangle brushes. With all the pet and human hair, I've had robot vacuums in the past get constantly tangled up and require painful cleaning under the hood. But with these, I didn't have to yank hair out of the rollers after every run. That's a relief for anyone who gets annoyed by extra, unexpected maintenance. For mopping, the HydroJet system stood out. Sometimes robot mops just drag a damp cloth around and miss areas. But this one presses the roller mop hard enough against the floor and actually rinses it continuously, so when it rolls out of the dock, it's ready to wipe, not smear. I was pleased to see there were no left-behind streaks, and the tile floor felt noticeably cleaner, even if I didn't spot visible dirt before. The app let me adjust water output too, though a downside was, sometimes the water came out a bit strong and I ended up with little puddles on the tile. It wasn't a huge problem, just something to watch. If you're careful, setting a lower water level helps a lot. One unique feature I really started to appreciate was the detachable flexion portable deep cleaner. There are always those oops moments, like someone spilling juice or the dog tracking in mud on a carpet. Usually I'd grab my old upright spot cleaner from the closet, which is heavy and messy, but with the E28, I just popped off the little cleaner, filled it at the dock, and got direct suction and water scrubbing power. Even cooler, the dock provides the electricity for powerful cleaning, so you're not relying on the robot's internal battery for intense spot jobs. In my opinion, this makes quick carpet touch-ups or sofa stain removals so much more convenient, and my cleaning closet is definitely less crowded. The app experience was pleasant, and I didn't need any special technical skills to get it working. It paired quickly on my phone, and I could set cleaning schedules, choose which rooms or zones to clean, and also set no-go zones, very important for houses with sensitive floors or tons of obstacles. Being able to control it with a tap, plus use voice commands if you're into that, was convenient. The E28 also supports multi-level mapping, up to 5 floor maps saved at once. This means if you live in a house with upstairs carpet and downstairs tile, you can lug the robot and dock up or down, and it will remember your maps. Setting up these features only took 5 or 10 minutes. Edge and corner cleaning is something I always look at, since robots generally aren't great at reaching wall corners. Eufy put their corner rover arm here, which is just a little side brush that extends out when needed. It didn't magically make 100% of corners spotless, but compared to robots without it, I definitely saw less dust and crumbs hiding at the edges. I did run into a few quirks. The E28 is taller than some other models I've tried, over 4 inches, mainly because of its LiDAR navigation hat on top. That meant it couldn't squeeze under some couches or beds in my house. Not a deal breaker for me, but if your must-have spaces are really low, you'll want to measure first. Another minor issue was Wi-Fi connectivity. The E28 only supports 2.4 GHz networks. Most modern routers offer this, but if you're on some fancy 5 GHz only setup, you might have trouble connecting. Battery life was good, covering my apartment, roughly 1,200 square feet, without returning to the base for a charge. The dustbin holds quite a bit before needing to be swapped and can auto-empty into the base, which is great for allergy sufferers and cuts down on how often you touch dirt. One feature I wish it had was a mop-only mode. Sometimes I wanted to just mop, not vacuum, but right now you can't disable the vacuum rollers during a mopping-only session. Still, mop performance was strong thanks to real-time scrubbing and dirty water removal. From my experience, the noise levels hit around 74 decibels, which is about as loud as a microwave. Not silent, but not bad for this level of suction power. It never got in the way of dinner conversations or watching TV. Maintenance is always a concern if you're upgrading from a basic robot vac. Here, the base does most of the dirty work, emptying the dustbin, cleaning the mop, and using hot air to dry the mop pad, so you don't get that smelly mildew scent after a few days. I only had to rinse the water tank and swap out the dust bag once during several days of heavy cleaning. One last thing I want to be honest about. The E28 is not cheap. It's priced much higher than some of the earlier Eufy models or the more basic competition. But in my opinion, you get what you pay for in terms of convenience, reduced ongoing maintenance, and multiple cleaning systems integrated into one. It's perfect for households like mine that deal with daily dirt, hair, and surprise spills, but don't want 4 different appliances in their home. To wrap up my quick review, I'd recommend this for people who want solid vacuuming and mopping in one robot, need serious pet hair and dust cleaning, and want a unique bonus with the portable deep cleaner. It's user-friendly for robot newbies, but has enough features for folks who want more customization. I wouldn't call it life-changing, but for my busy household, it's made keeping floors clean a whole lot easier. In conclusion, the E28 Omni Robot Vacuum and Mop Combo is a heavy hitter with real suction, a mop that scrubs and actually rinses itself, and a portable spot cleaner you'll actually use. It's not the slimmest, it doesn't support every Wi-Fi type, and there are a couple features I hope get added with updates. Still, if you've got a demanding home environment and want to cut down on cleaning time without fuss, it's hard to find better. I will post full information about the E28 Omni Robot Vacuum and Mop Combo in the comments section. See you in the following videos.